Starmer and this money he's taking off this, is it Lord Ali?
Oh, yeah.
For clothes.
Yeah.
Now the worst thing about this is, A, he's been found out. So he's taken thousands, something like £2,000 for a pair of glasses, thousands of pounds for his suits. His wife has had £20,000 for dresses. She turned up at London Fashion Week. By the way, she's called Victoria. So they're now calling her Lady Victoria Sponge.
Yeah, I found that one funny. I thought that was very funny. Lady
Victoria Sponge. So
it's little bits like that every now and again that makes it worth living.
I mean, so
someone
clever.
Comes up with a quip like that, it's so funny.
The British sense of humour is unsurpassed. I think that is a classic piece of British humour. That Lady Victoria Sponge. You got two-tier Starmer and Lady Victoria Sponge. So they've taken thousands of pounds from this Indian bloke or Muslim. I don't even know who he is. Who's been given £1 million to the Labour Party, apparently, this guy, and has a free pass to go in and out of 10 Downing Street, apparently. But rather than actually saying, I've made a mistake, it's inappropriate, they've doubled down on this now. So Lammy, that idiot we were talking about, he's now come out and said, oh, well, in America, okay, even though, Lammy, we're not living in America, we're living in Britain, in England, yes? Oh, in America, they have a clothes allowance. They don't have a clothes allowance here. So despite the fact that Starmer gets paid £500,000 a year or earns £500,000 a year, he hasn't got enough money to buy his own clothes or for his wife to buy his clothes. So therefore, it's appropriate they take money from people, from outsiders who have no political, who haven't been voted in. They take money to buy their clothes. And Starmer has said this is the case, but he's also doubling down on the football. Have you heard about this as well? So he's been going to football matches. He pretends to be a fan of, I can't remember if it's Chelsea or something like that. He pretends to be a football. None of these guys, by the way, are proper football fans. They pretend to be. I remember once Cameron was asked and he even got his team wrong.
He did. He got the colours mixed up.
None of these robots follow football, So, and neither do I at the moment because I'm supporting Man United, but that's another point. None of these robots follow football, but they're getting hospitality paid for football matches, and they're saying, oh well, yeah, but we can't sit in the season seats or the supporter seats because I'm the Prime Minister, I'm too important, and if I don't take hospitality, I'll never go. But apparently there's a picture they showed today of Rishi Sunak when he was Prime Minister sitting in the stands in his season ticket seat that he's paid for, basically. So they cannot see the hypocrisy and are totally tone deaf to what is happening here because they are taking money from pensioners. Little old ladies are now going to be dying. They are releasing prisoners from... They're giving £15 billion to Africa and to Ukraine. And then they are taking money from people to pay for their clothes and their socialising and their entertainment. Can they not see what the public must be thinking when they're seeing this?
They can't, because most of Labour's attack lines are all performative. They spent 14 years attacking the Tories, and rightly so, on things like sleaze, on being second jobs, Boris Johnson getting that expensive wallpaper. So
Starmer's the one who went on about the wallpaper.
So all these things he attacked the Tories on, and rightly so. And the second they get into power, it's their noses in the trough, exactly the same way. Starmer didn't get found out about this. It was because he registered it late.
Yes.
So he still declared it.
Well, because he thought he didn't have to register it. That's what he said. And then he was told he had to. That's why it was late.
Oh, is that? I didn't know that bit.
Yeah.
Even I knew you should register that, and I've never been an MP. So anyway, so he didn't register it, had to register it, everyone found out. First of all, him and his wife are multi-millionaires.
Yeah.
They're not poor.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister's job doesn't pay that much. Only pays $180,000 a year, which is a lot of money. Yeah, so it's a lot of money for me and you.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money, £180,000 to be the Prime Minister. But regardless of that, when have we ever expected the state to pay for the clothes of people who work for the state unless you're a bin man?
Yeah.
Unless you need a high-vis jacket.
Correct. Yeah.
Unless you need... steel toe cap boots.
When have we expected public sector workers to have their clothes bought for them?
Yes.
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know. So, no, we shouldn't be paying for his clothes.
Yeah.
End of story. Or his wife's clothes. End of story. The public purse isn't for that. The next question is, should they take freebies of who they are because of who they are? And the answer, obviously, is straight away the answer should be no. Because nobody will give you a freebie for nothing.
Correct.
No such thing as a free lunch. They may not say, here's 50 grand's worth of clothes and I want this. What they do is, here's 50 grand's worth of clothes, and one day I might, like the Godfather, one day I might call upon you for a favour.
Yeah.
Or you might look upon me nicer, which might help down the line. People always want something in return.
Yeah.
So they never should have accepted those gifts in the first place. When it comes to hospitality, there's a fine line there. So if you're invited as a guest to a function, to a ball, to a VIP game, and you can explain why you're going. I'm going because I'm going to meet the Spanish ambassador there. I'm going there because it's a CEO at a football match of Amazon.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk to him about jobs in the UK. If I'm taking this free 10 grand ticket to watch Man U in the final, if they ever get to a final, and it's just because I want to go, and some millionaire businessman's paying it for me, and I can't explain why I'm going, well, the answer is no, because even if it's all innocent, that looks like a bribe to me.
Of course it does.
And if it looks like a bribe, it doesn't matter if it is or not. We can't have our senior politicians looking like they take bribes or can be influenced. So all those things need to stop. And I can't believe within a couple of weeks of them being in power, the Labour Party, who are always holier than thou, are doing exactly what every government have ever done. Absolutely. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked.
I am shocked.
I'm more shocked at that than the winter fuel allowance.
Really?
I'm more shocked because that goes at the very heart of their morality,
Correct.
their dignity, their understanding how it looks. The winter fuel allowance, you can always argue bad
judgment. Yeah.
Bad judgment. They don't understand it. They think but that is just morality, and that stinks. And it stinks when anyone does it.
Yes. Well, that's the thing I was thinking when I heard about this, because I was thinking, if I ever went into politics and I was voted in to a senior role, not just Prime Minister, even as an MP, say if I became an MP, and I think you think like me, so I think you're the same. If somebody then came to you and said, Nick, I want to give you £2,000 to buy yourself a pair of glasses, you'd say, no, that's not appropriate. Yeah, wouldn't you? You'd say, that's not appropriate. I'll buy my own glasses, I'll buy my own suits or whatever it might be. And because you know when that person comes to you, they want something.
Or, somewhere in their mind at some point in the future, they want to be treated slightly differently.
Yeah, my instinct would be, if somebody, I'd say, I don't think that's appropriate. But the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, seems to think that's fine. That's what's bizarre. I think you're right. It is weird.
There was an episode of Yes, Prime Minister. Do you ever watch that?
Sometimes.
It's the best sitcom ever, and it's most definitely the best political sitcom ever.
Yeah.
And there's an episode in it where...
Is Sam Kidd in it?
No. The Prime Minister, the main guy in it, visits Saudi Arabia, and they give his wife a gift, and it's this lovely Persian vase, and she loves it. It's worth £5,000, and she's told very carefully, you cannot accept any gifts over £50. So accept the gift, thank them. It has to get logged that it was a gift, and then that gift then belongs to the state. It'll go in a museum or it'll go in some offices somewhere, but even though it's given to you, you cannot keep it because it will look like a bribe. So, yes, Prime Minister was based on facts.
Yeah.
So what's happened between the 1980s and now?
I don't know.
That you can accept 50 grand's worth of clothes, and that's not breaking the rules. But in the 80s, you couldn't accept a couple of £1,000 gift off a foreign power.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get both of them, and but what's changed?
Well, nothing. In fact, it's actually got more stringent. So in business now, a lot of suppliers of business are not allowed to accept gifts So we have that situation. We have suppliers.
Yeah.
And we'll try and give them a gift at Christmas, and they say, we can't take a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Because that will show potentially we have, we're...
Even if it's a £10 bottle of whiskey.
£10, it's like... So what they often do is they might take it and put it into a raffle at their work or whatever, but they're not allowed to accept gifts. Yeah. So this is happening in business now, and as people get more sophisticated, more understand the bribery acts and all that jazz. But yet, Starmer can do that, and his wife can do that. And did you see her at London Fashion Week, sitting with a bunch of Ponzi elite types in all the fancy dresses, in the middle with a borrowed dress or a dress donated from one of the designers? And you just look at it and you think, where's the Labour Party gone?
I don't blame her for anything. She's not a politician. She's his wife. She's not the First Lady. We don't have First Ladies in this country, so she can do what she wants to do. It's down to her husband to then make sure she doesn't make things harder for him. That's his job.
Yeah.
If a fashion director wanted to bother her an expensive dress because he's going to get advertisement out of it, the optics are poor. The optics are poor, but she's not a politician.
No.
That's down to him. That's down to him and her to sort that out. I've got no issues with her.
Okay, Lady Victoria Sponge, as sponge as we call.
And it's a 2-tier cake.
Very good.
Did you enjoy that video? I think you did. Come on now, hit that bell, subscribe, comment. Let's build this channel. I need more followers. I need more subscribers. Be part of the journey. See you soon.